Phoenix Books presents Isaac Asimov's Guide to Earth and Space, written by Hugo Award-winning author Isaac Asimov. This performance of unabridged selections by Michael Jackson is copyright 2016 Phoenix Books. It has been digitally remastered from the original 1991 Dove audio sound recording.
The physical world is a large and wonderful place, but it's also confusing, and there's much about it that no one quite understands. There are also many phenomena that some of us understand pretty well, but others do not. One of the reasons that most of us don't know as much about the world as we might is simply that we don't bother to think about it, which is not to say that we don't think at all. Everybody thinks, but each person tends to concentrate mostly on matters that seem to be of immediate importance. What shall we have for dinner? How do I pay my bills? Where shall I go for vacation? How can I go about getting a promotion and a raise in pay? Shall I try to arrange a date, and so on? And what's this funny pain I have in my side? These are such important questions to each of us, and our need to answer them is often so strong that there is simply no time to wonder about more general issues such as, what's the shape of the earth? A natural response to a question like this might be, who cares? Why do you bother me with such silly things? What difference does it make? But it does make a difference. You can't sail a ship across the ocean and reach your destination by the shortest possible route, or fire a missile and expect it to land on its target without knowing the shape of the earth. But aside from that, and far more important, is that wondering about such questions is fascinating, and finding the answers is fairly easy if you're systematic about it. The aim of this book is to bring these general questions closer to home by exploring their answers in terms that anyone can follow, making the complexities of the universe absolutely clear. Of course, one question usually leads to another. Knowledge about the world is not a straight line, but an intricately connected, three-dimensional lacework, so that answering a particular question sometimes requires an explanation of something else, which in turn demands the explanation of still another thing, and so on. I will, however, attempt to unravel the threads with as much care as possible, so that not too much has to be explained at any one time. Nevertheless, it might still be necessary for me to jump about a bit now and then, and I ask forgiveness for that. Then, too, as we advance from question to question, simple reasoning in some cases will not be enough. We'll have to know a little about what scientists have observed and deduced. But I'll try to describe that work with particular care and wherever possible.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?